in here in the showroom shipping department place where I do all that fun stuff, the work stuff, getting things done stuff. And yeah, so I just wanted to reiterate, is that the right word? I wanted to do the daily checkup. Yes, it is still working fine. Oh, so how much weight did I lose? I am not exactly sure what weight I actually started at, but I was definitely bloated and uncomfortable. Like, you get to that place where you walk by a mirror and you're kind of like, because I don't know about you, but I don't feel that big most of the time. Now I especially don't, most of the time. So when I go by a mirror and I notice it and I'm like not even shapely, you probably understand what I mean. You're more like just um, too much fat on the midsection. And so with the carnivore diet, I could tell the first week. Like, I felt lighter. I could totally tell it's coming off my midsection. And with me personally, I still feel like there is like a inch or so on the midsection where I have the tissue still holding on. But I think that's because I'm not strict. Like, I have my day, my once a week day, where I'm able to reward myself for doing so good at just eating meats. So I kind of put that on that I wasn't getting. The great news is, okay, so my daughter was playing with me the other day. I guess that's what you're going to call it. And she likes to pick me up. And then she was asking me, what does she call it? Pick you up like a princess. So pick you up as though you're like, And she's young, and she's very small, but she's quite strong. And I thought, well, I'll go weigh myself. So we used the weigh machine. To make a long story short, we used the weigh machine, and I was shocked. I was really sure that I was more than that. Like, I'm kind of was thinking I was down to 128 maybe, and because I'm pretty sure I was pushing it. Like, it might not seem like a lot, but for my height, which is 5'7", I thought that I'm not sure, I would dare to say I was getting pretty close to 140. But I'm not sure because I'm not somebody who weighs myself all the time. Like, I'm just don't care. I'm more like, I want to feel good and look good to me. And does that make sense? I want to feel healthy and I want to feel strong and I want to look good, and I don't want to have anxiety, too many mood swings, which already, because life is very stressful and being in stressful situations, right? So what's going to make me the strongest and mentally clearer? Anyway, so we weighed myself and I was a little shocked because it was 121, 122. It's one of those things that it doesn't give you the exact number. It's the thing that goes up and down. It wasn't the electronic one that I use for grams and for packages for when I mail my art out. It is a typical bathroom weight machine. So there's just the thing. We adjusted it, made sure it was right on one. I stood on it and it looked like 121, 122. She would say high end 122. And then she, of course, lifted me and we played around. I was a little surprised because I'm like, that's basically 6 pounds above my high school weight. And I felt like in high school, and that was when I was mostly kind of, I ate other things. I still ate breads. I still ate lots of processed, but it kind of had a vegetarian diet, meaning I just simply didn't eat a lot of meat at all. If anything, I think I went years without it. It's hard for me to remember exactly, but I do know I was having other issues. Mood swing, of course, I was young. Like, those are normal. Okay, for kids in puberty and young ladies, that is normal. But so that there could have been a lot of hormonal stuff. I don't know how much of that was diet, and that's kind of why at my age now, I would love to test the carnivore diet against the vegetarian diet and go back to vegetarian for a couple months. I think it would give us a really great feedback if I just went back to vegetarian for like 60 days, maybe 90. But I think once we hit winter, I'm going to want to go back to meat because I do notice that I have a lot more burn, or I think that's what you want to call it. And it seems natural, normal too, to me in my head, that during the winter times is the time when you'd have less fruits, greens, vegetables, some things you'd be able to find, like some starches with potatoes. But ultimately, you're going to be eating, if you are unable to purchase processed food, or if you did not have access to grocery stores, you're going to be eating meats. You're going to be eating the things that are also out there trying to forage, and you're going to be eating other things. Like, so to me, I just feel like I want to try it. I want to see how it makes me feel. I want to see if I still have very clear or clarity in thought. I want to see how that changes things. That being said, I really would like to maintain, so I'm going to have to increase for the next, if I do the vegetarian versus carnivore, I will be starting that in August because it will still be very, very hot here. And I think that would be a good time to line it up with line it up. I think we're going to do that. You and me is what I mean by we. I will be the guinea pig. But I've been feeling so great, I'm just not sure. Like, I don't really want to stop the carnivore, but I feel like I want to know. And I miss salads. I miss avocados. I miss my fruit salads, my homemade stuff. I miss that. So those are the ones I try to stick into that 1 day reward week. We'll see. We'll see. But I am very, very happy with the results. I'm happy with the weight. I am concerned about losing too much weight. I never felt super skinny, even when I was in high school. Looking back on some photos when I was first married and looking at myself back then, I was underweight. I would say I was pushing scrawny. I was very, and again, that's the stuff we saw in magazines, and I think that's why I didn't feel skinny at the time, is because in magazines and things like that, that's how tiny the women were. So I feel like I just didn't think that I was that small. When I look back on it now, it is the smallness that even if you looked at your own kid and they were that small, you'd be like, are you eating enough? That small. And I don't want to be that small again. So the next 2 weeks till the end of July, I'm really going to focus on eating lots of meat. I've already went and purchased some more. I'm going to be stocking up on the eggs, which I still will do on the vegetarian diet, the pickled eggs and stuff, but I'm going to be pounding it because I want to turn that into muscle, and I want to get rid of the last little bit of, I've got just a little bit hanging on right on the middle. Like, I have this little bit, like right here, I just have this little bit hanging on, and it's just really, it doesn't want to let go. It doesn't want to let go. It's the donut. That's my little donut storage right there. Yeah, it is going to, we'll see. So I'm going to exercise and do more walking. It's too hot to do walking, but I went out really early. Work on getting that off and and getting a muscle buildup. Let's get some muscle buildup by the end of July. So the next 2 weeks muscle buildup as much as possible, because I don't know what's going to happen when I hit vegetarian. I don't know. I'm not quite exactly sure how to take in the kind of calories in meats and the things I'm taking in now. I'm not sure what to do, because I'm still not going to go back to processed foods, and I'm not going back to grains. Maybe a little bit, just like donut day, and nothing done in vegetable oil, nothing, no corn chips. See, when I was a vegetarian, I was corn chips, potato chips. I was eating things to get those carbs, and I'm going to have a plan, because I'm not eating those things anymore. I'm not. I'm not. So that's the plan.